Hey guys, it's Gingerbeard from Klysm Gaming again, along with my co-host, the Bearded One.
What's up?
And today we're with Lordhunter again.
Hey, this guy.
And yeah, we're going to continue on the episode about basically stabbing Capcom.
Capcom.
And I'm going to hand you guys over to the Bearded One again.
Thank you, Gingerbeard. Okay, so last episode I ended with the Street Fighter Cross Tekken on-disc DLC fiasco. And we discussed that. We gave our opinions on it. Basically, it's bullshit.
Yeah, indeed.
So I have another Capcom-related DLC practice that they were doing. I don't know if you guys have heard this game, Azura's Wrath.
Does
that ring a bell?
Familiar.
Well, never heard it, but I guess we can. Explain.
Well, basically, Azura's Wrath is a new IP that Capcom made. It came out, I think, around April. It came out April, May, that spring area.
Okay.
And basically, it was like, it's kind of hard to explain the genre, but it was basically a story-driven action-adventure platformer interactive cutscene kind of game, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so basically, it came out, and the reviewers were like, wow, this is a pretty good game. It could involve more gameplay, because most of the game was an interactive cutscene. It was more story-driven than anything Capcom's done before. So there wasn't a whole lot of gameplay, and that was one of the major criticisms. But everyone said, wow, this is a pretty good game. This could be a new IP. This could be, a new series that could really go somewhere. But of course, Capcom and their stupid bullshit DLC practices had to go and mess it all up.
How so?
Well, let me explain. So, basically, about a month or so after the game came out, Capcom announced that they were going to release new DLC episodes. Okay. And basically they had a DLC trailer come out that explained, all the DLCs, like their prices, their release dates, yada yada.
Okay.
Right at the beginning of this trailer, I'm going to send a link to Gingerbeard so we can link it in the description. Basically, at the beginning of this DLC trailer, right when it starts, a message pops up on the screen, and it says, "The true ending to Azura's Wrath, new downloadable content available."
Quote, unquote.
So basically, Capcom screwed themselves over again, and the fans were pissed because we're like, wait, the ending that we got with the game wasn't the true ending? Now you're going to... Basically, they chopped the ending of the true ending of the game off the end of the game and put it up for sale.
Really?
Yeah. In like a batch of new episodes, and it just blows my mind that they can be this stupid and that they can't listen to their fans. So, thoughts, opinions?
Stupid.
Stupid. Okay.
That's all I can say, man.
It's just like any other game. Like, for example, Halo 3, right? Like, let's say you were to play the Legendary Edition, and you just get all the way up to the end, and it's like, nope, we're not going to show you the end. You got to rebuy it. Then you're just like, the fuck do I do now?
What do you do if you don't have a job? What do you do if you don't have money?
Then you have no idea how it really ends.
Then you go on YouTube for someone who has money.
That or you go to your friend's house.
Go to your friend's house and like...
Come on, we all have that rich friend.
Yeah, we all got that rich guy who has like every game ever.
Who has like 4 Xboxes in his house and like 2 PlayStations and
I got 3 Xboxes.
Like an $80,000 computer.
Yeah, so basically with this game, Capcom broke the ending off the actual game and put it up for sale for more money out of the fans.
What the hell?
Well, how much did it cost?
It wasn't that expensive. It was around 560 Microsoft points, which is about $7, but still, that's $7 extra to see an ending that should have been in the actual game.
Yeah.
And that's just another thing about Capcom, making people buy their game new for $60 and then leaving something out that's going to cost them more money along the way.
It's like you go to pick up a prostitute. Nope, gotta pay extra.
Nope. Gotta pay extra again. Yeah, so that's the end of the DLC practices for Capcom. I'm going to explain 2 more things.
Wait, well, let me put this out there, okay?
Okay.
During, I'm just gonna bullshit another DLC here. During Resident Evil 5, there's this cutscene with Chris and Sheva on the boat, and Sheva says, "What happened to your partner Jill?" And it shows what happened where Chris and Sheva,
I remember that.
Yeah, Chris and Sheva see Wesker. Well, in this DLC pack, it's like, oh, you actually get to play as Chris and Jill at what happened during that cutscene. Why couldn't you just play the fucking cutscene?
Yeah.
Well, then I can see why they would do that. You know, that kind of DLC is like, okay, there could be other events happening before, after, or during the actual story that we want to show, but they could have thought of the idea after they launched the game and they developed it, you know, post-release. I can understand that. But when you have content on your disc that you lock purposely to get more money out of people, or you break the ending off your game to sell later, that's just stupid.
Yeah.
You got to admit, that's pretty dumb.
That is really.
I could understand that. I can understand that Jill DLC because it's like, oh, it's like a different storyline. You know, something else that happens.
There's another DLC too. I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh yeah, when you rescue Jill from that little spider thing on her chest, it says the other DLC is you get to play as Josh and Jill and see what happens when Josh and Jill escape.
Mm-hmm.
Now that sounds like a good DLC.
Yeah, I agree. So any more thoughts on those DLC practices of Capcom?
Well, I mean, Capcom is still the developer, and the developer does whatever they want. But I mean, like, in reality, like, developers should really spend time surveying their audience and customers and figure out what they want instead of just doing it on their own.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure they would make a lot more money from shit that the customers want instead of just making it themselves.
Yeah, basically they're treating their fans like garbage to get more money, which
that's just like they're like basically screwing them over. Like,
that's
as
exactly
you said. I don't know if it was in this video or the previous video. They had the characters already on the disc, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they really shouldn't charge for the characters that are already on the disc.
Yeah,
because they're already there.
Yeah, when things are on your disc, ready to go.
Let's say you're going to play Portal 2, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to pay extra to go in the next room.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we have more missions planned up, but we're going to lock those unless you pay extra. Then you can get through the game.
It's just like, you know how like Portal 2, you go in the elevator and then it just like shuts down the game, and it's like, oh, you got to pay extra.
It's like, pay up $5 more bucks.
It's like, bitch, if you want to beat the game, you got to pay me more.
Pay extra to go fucking next door and shit.
Okay, moving on. Two more stories actually. One involving a game that they also just released in the past month or so. Have you guys heard of Dragon's Dogma?
No.
No, okay.
Explain.
Well, Dragon's Dogma was this new game released by Capcom. It was a big RPG like Skyrim. We're talking like that scale.
That's fucking huge.
And basically, what they planned on doing, they had like a lengthy single-player campaign, like a story-driven campaign, but they also had like hundreds of side missions planned up. They were going to release 200. They had 200 side missions that they were going to put in the game. 100 made it to the actual game, but then 100 they planned to release like over the course of the year as DLC, and they were going to release them in packs of like 20.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the same deal as Street Fighter Cross Tekken, all the missions were on the disc.
What the hell?
So basically, they had 200 side missions, all on the disc, all like ready to go from right when you open the box. They cut that in half, took 100 of them, and said, no, we're going to lock these because we didn't learn our lesson last time, and we're going to get more money out of these side missions that are already ready to be played. Thoughts?
Sounds pretty lame to me.
Really lame, bro.
It's just a repeat of what they did with Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and the fans almost boycotted them for that, and they almost boycotted them for this. They just don't learn their lesson. They don't listen to people anymore.
Well, they just need to recognize.
Shit.
But that's not all the controversy around Dragon's Dogma. There's one more thing about Dragon's Dogma that they did that they seriously screwed up. So, you guys know that the Resident Evil 6 demo was released recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyone who bought Dragon's Dogma New got a download code to get into the Resident Evil 6 demo early.
Yeah.
And basically, it came out on Independence Day, right?
Okay.
Yep.
July 4th. It was ready to go. Anyone who had the code could download it and play it right away. Apparently, Capcom didn't tell anyone that in order to access the download, to download the demo, you still had to have the Dragon's Dogma disc, because the download was on the disc itself.
What the hell?
They don't learn their lessons.
So they just gave him a code. It's like, oh, if you lose the disc, you're screwed.
Yeah, but basically they said, we're going to put the demo on the disc so you can just activate the code, and if you still have the disc, you can just play it right off of there. It's not actually on the disc. The download is on the disc, but not the demo itself.
Wow.
It's like, you think they would learn from all their bullshit that they've done in the past, but nope, not at all.
Oh, I don't know, man.
But, like, the thing is that other developers have done this before, like Bungie did this with ODST. They had the Reach demo on the ODST disc.
Uh-huh.
And Epic had the Gears of War 3 beta on the Bulletstorm disc. But they released publicly, right when the game launched, keep your disc, because at some point you'll need it to access these betas, which is what Capcom should have done, but they kept their mouths shut and they didn't tell anyone. So anyone who, because it was like a month or two after the game released, if anyone's done with this game, has done everything possible, and then traded it in, they can't get into the Resident Evil 6 demo now.
That's
because
weird.
the download is on the disc.
That's like saying if you completed Grand Theft Auto 4 100%, then you get access to Grand Theft Auto 5.
That would just be stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Lordhunter, your thoughts?
I am fucking dumb, man. That's all I got. It's fucking stupid.
Are you losing faith in Capcom?
Well, I still got to stick with my Resident Evil, man.
Yeah, I can see, but...
I stand by Resident Evil. Anything else? No.
Yes, but see, the big issue with this is, not that they didn't tell anyone, not that they bullshitted the fans again, it's that they don't listen, and they keep doing the same thing over and over again and thinking that'll be just fine and dandy, we're still going to make our money, but no, they keep doing the same thing over and over again, and the fans are basically done with Capcom now.
It sounds like everything in one of my relationships.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, I have one more thing about Capcom. You know that Capcom made Mega Man, right?
Yeah.
Well, this was a couple years ago. There was a new Mega Man game that was going to come out for the 3DS. I can't remember the exact name of it. I think it was Mega Man Hunter 3. But basically, they were going to release this game, brand new Mega Man game, for a new console, like handheld.
Yeah.
But then, development is going just fine, right? All of a sudden, they canceled the game for no apparent reason.
Why?
Well, he said no apparent reason.
That's just the thing. They just canceled it because they didn't give a reason why they canceled it. It's not like there was inner turmoil between the developers. It's not like it was a budget issue. They just canceled it just for the hell of it because they didn't want to work on it anymore. And they never gave a legitimate reason why they canceled it.
Hmm.
And that's pretty much when the fans were like, what the hell is Capcom thinking? Mega Man is one of their like old school franchises. It basically built their company for them.
Yeah.
The success of the Mega Man games built Capcom to what it is today. And they're basically saying we don't give two shits about Mega Man anymore.
No fuck was given.
No fuck was given about Mega Man. So the fans were pissed off about them because they canceled that game. But they had another Mega Man game in the works, which was Mega Man Legends, I think it was called. Hold on, let me search it one real quick. But basically, this game was classic Mega Man gameplay, but it had like the 3D graphics involved.
Yeah.
So it was like 2.5D, And it was basically a big crossover between all the Capcom franchises because not only could you play as Mega Man, you could play as Ryu from Street Fighter, you could play as, I think, Chris Redfield.
Oh, yeah.
It's like in the Mega Man style gameplay.
Yeah.
So everyone...
I think that'd be a little weird, but it could make some money.
Well, you know. So they had this big crossover game, and, you know, it was going to be released sometime last year, I think. And all the fans were hyped up for it. It's like, wow, this looks really cool. Bringing other Capcom characters into the Mega Man gameplay formula might be pretty interesting. This might be a really good game. Canceled it. No reason.
What the hell?
It's like the same thing with the Mega Man game they were going to make for the 3DS. They gave no legitimate reason why they canceled it. They just canceled it.
I think that is retarded.
Yeah. So basically at that point, the fans saw Capcom as basically they've given up on the franchise that built their company for them.
Yeah.
Which is basically bullshit.
Didn't they have a TV show for Mega Man, too?
Yeah, they did. I used to watch that.
But basically...
It's like a little cartoon.
Yeah.
Basically, Capcom gave up on Mega Man for no... Oh, here it was. Mega Man Legends 3 and Mega Man Universe were the games they canceled. So they gave no legitimate reason why they canceled them. They just canceled them.
Maybe it was budget issues, which is doubtful, but maybe.
No. You would think if a game is canceled and it's hyped up to no end, that maybe they would tell the fans why they canceled it. Maybe there would be a legitimate reason. They never gave a legitimate reason. They just said, canceled, we're done with it.
That is stupid.
It is stupid. So basically the fans said, well, what's going on with Capcom? All these new Mega Man games are being canceled. What? They don't like Mega Man anymore? And there hasn't been a Mega Man game released since those games were canceled. So, thoughts?
Well, they really need to get their story straight.
Yeah, they
For real, eh?
They really need to do something. I think that their gaming community is just dropping like crazy. Like I'm only into Capcom for the Resident Evil series and the Marvel vs. Capcom series. That's about it.
Yeah.
Everything else I just think is a bust.
Yeah, they've destroyed their reputation because this was a company back in the 90s when Street Fighter 2 was released that had such a big reputation for making one of the greatest fighting games of all time, and they had so much respect from the community, and now they're just destroying that reputation. They're just shitting all over the fans.
Put it like that.
Yeah, pretty much. That Gingerbeard, thoughts?
Well, I mean, come on, like, game developers really need to focus on their gaming audience, and as I said, figure out what they want instead of just bashing them and here, we're just going to throw a game out there and you guys can do whatever you want with it. Like,
we're going to put a game out and you guys can enjoy it.
Yeah.
How they think.
Yeah,
But,
like, it's got to be like Burger King, right? You got to have it your way. You can't just fucking, here you go, we're just going to, here. We don't really give a shit what you think. We're just going to fucking, here, do something with it.
Just take it. We don't know what to do with it.
If you want, you can take it into the bathroom and have fun with it, but, like, you don't... Like, that's what really fucking bothers me about video games and shit. Like, come on. For example, like RuneScape, right? I don't even know if you guys play RuneScape, but if you go on now, it's kind of lame compared to when it was back in 2006. Because they have all these, like, random-ass things they just add in there. Like, they got, like, this Wheel of Fortune thing that if you spin it a couple times, you get a couple of rewards or some shit. RuneScape is free to play, but then you have to buy membership if you want to get all the extra shit, right? But they're releasing all this extra crap that really doesn't, like, there's no point for it. We're just going to, like, I can understand if you want to keep the players busy, but if you're just going to fucking be retarded with it, then, like honestly, I quit, like a year ago now, right? Well, the only reason why I quit is because, there was bots in that game. There was, like, macros, and people kept fucking, like, hacking shit. So then Jagex didn't really care and they're just like, okay, we're just gonna sit here because the companies made the bots, which were the accounts on the they paid for those accounts to be on the member server, right? So these extra companies that Jagex owned to go on the RuneScape servers and make their own money somehow for Jagex again. So here we are backstabbing the players just because Jagex wants to make money. I understand that for their point of view, but
it's not fair to the fan base.
Yeah, RuneScape used to have 200,000 people playing each day. There still is somewhere like 200,000 people playing each day, but half of those players are bots. There's at least 50,000 players legit that are still playing. 200,000 players in 2006 were actual players, which it fucking bothers me. So now I still follow RuneScape because I'm not going to let it go. It was a really good game when I played it, and I still have a couple accounts on there. But I'm not there's no way that I'm going to be able to play RuneScape again because one, it really doesn't run on my computer because of all the nonsense Java they have now, which is fucking.
Your computer's just shit, bro.
Well, it is, but
I get where you're coming from now.
See, the thing is if I'm gonna be that much of a hardcore gamer all in one game, I gotta fucking switch because recently I just got into World of Warcraft and I haven't really played it much, but I played the first couple quests and it seems pretty good. But RuneScape will always be my game. I'm not I'm not gonna play it, but I'm still gonna follow along with it. I still go on their website and watch the news and stuff like that, and look at the Grand Exchange and see what items are still high priced and shit like that. I kind of fantasize in my mind about what it is, and
I fantasize about.
I really don't play it anymore. I still have my friends going oh yeah, come play with me. And I was like, well, no.
No.
Anything else about Capcom that we can backstab? No.
That's about it. In the last 2-3 years, that's everything they've done to basically tell the fans, we don't give a shit about you anymore. We can do whatever we want.
Long story short, this is what we're going to do. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. This is probably 15 minutes or some shit. This is Gingerbeard from Klysm Gaming, along with Lordhunter from Klysm Gaming. And the Bearded One, my co-host, and me and the Bearded One are going to be co-hosting and hosting this entire show.
Indeed.
So stay tuned and...
Hey, man, indeed is my fucking word.
Stay tuned and subscribe for more up games, and we'll just beat the shit out of them.
Yes, we will.
All right.
Especially if it's a Capcom game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
For now, peace out, guys, and stay tuned for other shit.
See ya.